King. All praises.
Con. Shalom, Israel.
Shalom, shalom.
Con. Israel, we're the trees of righteousness. I'm Captain Jehu. This is Chief Yamel.
All praises. Shalom, shalom.
Right back at it with another live. We're gonna do this one. This one gonna be titled "Churches Be Clubbing."
Mm-hmm.
You know, so we're gonna bring out some precepts and things, and just bring out some similarities between the club and the church.
All praises, all praises. King, I'm gonna start out with 2 Peter. I'm actually gonna forward all of this into one. This whole chapter right here. Start jumping around and breaking it down and everything for them, showing why these churches be clubbing. Because what we do know is that the Most High ain't dealing with these churches. Matter of fact, need to pull that first precept of Acts 7. What's that? Acts 7 and is it 38 or is it 48, man? Where it says that the Lord don't dwell with temples made by man's hands and hands.
6 and 40. Pardon. Yeah, 7 and 38.
7. Yeah, bring out that'd be the base start of it real quick. All praises to the Most High.
48. This is the book of Acts, chapter 7, verse 48.
All praise.
Howbeit, the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands, as saith the prophet.
Shalom. So we know that the Most High don't deal with any buildings made by man's hands, right? So we got a million churches out here in the world today formulating, extending, getting bigger and stuff, believing that the Sabbath is on Sunday, so everybody run and gather into a church, right? Not understanding that these churches are clubs, man, right? Everything that happens in the club happens in the church, man, right? You got pimps that go to church, man. You got your women that's not dressed modest in church, everything hanging out. If you want to get you a whore, if you want to get you a pimp or something, just go to church, man. You ain't got to go to these clubs, man. You know, clubs should be shut down since you got all these churches, King. You know what I mean? So we're going to continue to bring out these precepts and break this thing down, man, and get our people out of them churches, because of our people are going down straight down to hell by staying in these churches, man. They're destroying themselves, man, by believing that the Most High is dealing with these churches. And we already brought out the first precept about the Lord is not dealing with churches made with man's, and his spirit's not there, man, right? Christ, in fact, told us to go where? To the hedges and highways and teach the word, right? That's right. Where we're supposed to be for our people and bidding them to come in. We're not supposed to be concealed or inside these church buildings at all. And there's so many church buildings with titles and everything, man. Our people need to come out. Nowhere in this book, in this Bible, you're going to find anywhere where any of the prophets, any one of them went in church buildings. Christ himself, none of them ever did. So we got to follow Christ, right? You call yourself a Christian, follow Christ. Do exactly what he did, right? So since he didn't go in them church buildings, you don't need to go in them church buildings, right? All right, King, you gonna bring out the next? I'm gonna start with 2 Peter.
2 Peter.
Yeah, Second Peter started at verse 1, and I'm just gonna go down for a little bit. We're gonna break this thing down.
This is the book of 2 Peter, chapter 1, verse 1. Simon Peter, a servant and an apostle of Hamashiach Yahushua, to them that have obtained like precious faith with us through the righteousness of Yahweh and our Savior Yahushua Hamashiach. Grace and peace be multiplied unto you through the knowledge of Yahweh and of Yahushua our Lord, according as his divine power hath given unto us all things that pertain unto life and godliness, through the knowledge of him that hath called us to glory and virtue.
Okay, so we understand that he's given us the divine power and he's given us knowledge to obtain, right? So when we turn around and we look at this verse, we look at this precept and we break this thing down, man, and we understand, man, that the Most High is the only one that can give out this knowledge, right? And he only going to give this knowledge to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Everyone can obtain this knowledge, right? So let's break that down. Let's make sure we get a clear understanding of that so we can understand why we may name this Churches Be Clubbing, man, because you ain't getting no knowledge there, man. Hell, you got a pastor over there in Guyana. He's washing all the women in the church, bathing them, shaving them, all women. What knowledge is that, man? Your wife, you got her in line, setting her in a bucket. He cut washing her and cutting all her hair and everything, man. What consolidation that you get out of that? Come on, man. Right? Our people are so ignorant to stay up in these church buildings, man. The Most High ain't dealing with nothing you got to do up there in them church buildings, King. We need to come out of the church, man, so that we can get a better understanding of our Messiah, our Savior, right? He belongs to Israel, right?
That's right.
Stop trying to share him with all these other nations of people holding hands in there. You can't hold hands in them churches, man, forever, right? Some damn body got to be the goat and somebody's got to be the sheep, right? And we brought this study out to you last week to show we identify who the sheep, we identify who the goat is. Now we're telling you today, as we're showing you through precepts, guess what? Come out of them churches, right? Stop being afraid. We still, even though this truth hits some people ears, King, they still scared to take that full transitioning out of the church, right? And I would like to go ahead and say this, even when we was into the restaurant and we was telling the sisters and we was showing them precept on precept, thus saith the Lord, still finding their way back to that same church building, believing if I turn away, the Most High is going to punish me. No, he's going to punish you when you stay there in these churches, man, because there's no truth in them. There's no knowledge in them, right? There's no wisdom, right? They don't practice what the Most High, they say they're Christians, but they sure don't follow him according to thus saith the Lord.
At all.
At all. Got a couple of shout outs to give out to Shalom. Shalom.
Shalom.
Hey, King.
Akwathium.
Oh, that's all beautiful, man. Deborah Dickey, Shalom, Shalom, right? So I just want to get that knowledge real quick, and then I want to turn this over real quick to 2 Peter, real quick, and I'm gonna start from 2. 2 Peter 2. Give me that first one real quick. I just want to get the knowledge from the top. Yeah.
This is the book of 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 1. But there were false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you, who privily shall bring in damnable heresies, even denying the Lord that bought them, and bring upon themselves swift destruction.
You see that? Denying the Lord, right? Coming with heresy, right? False prophets, right? So when you look at somebody like Joel Osteen, you look at Bishop T.D. Jakes and all them, they are all false prophets. None of them do thus saith the Lord and live by what thus saith the Lord says. Right? So we got to understand that from a point, right? As we read in thus saith the Lord, a lot of folks got Bibles and stuff, King, and they let dust get collected on, right? Instead of having the Lord deal with your heart and deal with your mind, man. I know we're going through some things and everything, man, but we should all long for truth, right? And that truth should separate us that which is a lie. And the churches be clubbing, man. Right? You got I started out at a church, and I ain't gonna even say his name because at this point I still can't believe, King, that we was even part of it. But thank the Most High that he woke us up and brought us clean out of that mess. But I remember one day he had told me and my brother, he said, y'all gonna help move one of the sisters from the church. We went to help her move, and the following Sunday I had went up for prayer, and as I went up for prayer, he stood in front of me without any evidence or all, and he told me to my face, you trying to sleep with my wife. And everybody in church and looked and was like, what? And I thought standing there, King, like, who me? He said, yeah, you. I was like, what give you that action? I want to do something like that, man. He was like, right in church, and everybody was shocked looking at it. And I was like, you gonna have me stand here with my hands lifted up before the Lord? I'm here for prayer, and you gonna say that to me like it? And everybody in church was shocked about it. You want to know what happened, King? The very following week, a janitor went to that church to clean the church up, and now that pastor was in fidelity with a woman.
Really?
Of the church, that same woman.
Good gracious.
Made it so bad, he turned around, he fled and left town, didn't even go over to his wife because he did not want to face her. That's what's up in them churches. That's right. That's wicked beyond wicked, right? How would you even have that mindset? You know why? Because the Lord didn't give you knowledge, right? It's a bunch of false prophets walking around saying that they know who the Most High is, but they don't walk as the Most High walk. They don't talk as the Most High. They don't do anything, man, that will prove to the world that they doing exactly what the Most High has called them to do.
Man, you got some, that's an incredible story, church story. Good gracious. Yeah, you was in the wrong spot for real. Golly.
They be clubbing. That's
Yeah.
what they good. That's why I'm glad this segment is called Churches Be Clubbing, because I want to bring out everything to the people and everything, man, and show them, because we have a lot of people that's church hurt. You know, a lot of people talk about that. Say, man, I don't even go, man, because of this and this. They're afraid they can't speak up about it because they're gonna get in trouble.
Yeah, yeah.
Or somebody gonna turn around and say, "Oh, you can't do that, man. You can't be with Eddie alone." Didn't it? All these and that brother, and I was down at that church up in the Atlanta Wake, man. And my God, and yet people still feel him up, man, feeling like the spirit of the Most High is there. He is not there. Okay,
it's the reason why the Lord calls us sheep. Because, you know, we'll just follow. You know what I mean? We fall in line. We'll just follow whatever it is.
Shalom, shalom. All praises. Clean.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
Khan.
That's right.
That's exactly right.
Khan.
That's exactly right. Right? All praise to Yahweh Shem Yahweh. Let's go on down some more with this one, King, if you don't mind, sir.
Keep it going?
Yes, keep it going.
Khan. This is the book of 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 2. And many shall follow their pernicious ways, by reason of whom the way of truth shall be evil spoken of. And through covetousness shall they with feigned words make merchandise of you, whose judgment now of a long time lingereth not, and their damnation slumbereth not. For if Yahweh spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell, and delivered them into chains of darkness to be reserved unto judgment, and spared not the old world, but saved Noah, the 8th person, a preacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the world of the ungodly.
Now watch this. I want you to say that one more time on Noah. He was a preacher of what?
A preacher of righteousness.
A preacher of righteousness. Now we know what righteousness is, man. Right? Let's go get what righteousness is real quick. Because we're going to show you that these are not preachers of righteousness in these churches, right? Yeah. They're not preachers of righteousness. But we're going to break this thing down, man. Make sure you pay attention and you listen. Get your word out, man, and precept your Bible up, man. This is how you get a better understanding, man. So it say he was a preacher of righteousness, man. I'm getting sick and tired of hearing them always talk about law done away with. You ain't got to live that way. No one's perfect. Let's see what righteousness is, man, according to thus saith the Lord, man, because the answer's here. It's in the word of power, man. We just got to read and have the spirit, man, right? What is that, King?
That's Psalms 119, verse 142. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth.
And thy law. Say that one more time.
Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth.
So now you know what Noah was doing. You know what Noah was keeping, right? This makes you a preacher of righteousness, right?
That's right.
Not in the clubs, not in the church. They be clubbing. That's not no preacher. None of them. You got bald. You still got a brothers there, clean cut face, bald heads, man, and oh Lord, don't get on the dancing y'all be doing, man. Fainting, hitting the floor, wigs falling off, and still return the next week the same way. What changes with that?
Right.
Has anything ever changes because of all that? People say they catch the Holy Ghost speaking in tongues and don't nothing change.
Hey, and it's some of the meanest women you meet in church, boy. Hey, it's some of the meanest people you gonna meet in church. Them the meanest. Hey,
God,
for real,
God.
they hurt your feelings.
They hurt your feelings. Ain't nothing of it either, man.
For real,
right?
For real.
You got to be thick-skinned when you go up in that mud, man.
Yeah,
you know,
straight up. And then I don't know what it is with brothers, like you said, they bald head. Then they scared to grow a mustache or beard.
Tell you they can't grow it.
Yeah. What, you know what I mean? And they want to look as, that's how you know that's Satan, because they want to look as soft and as nice and as kind and as gentle as they can. As gentle as they can, so they can pass their lives and speak real soft. You know what I mean? But they really telling you that's how the serpent did in the garden.
Sure did, kind. And I'm gonna feed off at what he's saying, that Swedish look, like Kirk Franklin with the lipstick on and smooth cut and everything. This brother was just, man, seeing him on stage, man, I was like, damn, churches be clubbing, man. The way this brother was moonwalking front, we're like he was Mike. Resurrected, you know what I mean? Damn, I'm like, dude. And it's crazy how our people cling to that. How they feel like if I say something, I'm gonna be in trouble. If I gotta allow this stuff to happen. And then sisters that be going up in these churches and stuff, man, and be having these pastors validate them and everything. So I had to stay silent and everything. How do you stay in something like that, man? How do you trust that the Most High is in something like that that hurts you?
Right.
Y'all don't get it twisted. A lot of people don't understand the judgment that fell on our ancestors for breaking the laws and everything. But the Most High loves us to enough, man, to never have forsaken us. He never turned his back on Israel. It was Israel that turned their back on the Most High.
That's right.
Right. So he's a balanced Most High. He got to say, hey, you did me. Let me go back up to my place and let me rest myself, man. Hosea 5 and 15. Right. So let's keep this thing going, man, about these churches, man, it be clubbing, man. And hopefully some of our people get to see this, man, and understand you don't have to be afraid to lead them churches, man.
Right.
The Most High ain't sending you to hell. He ain't going to destroy you. If they ain't a preacher of righteousness like Noah, you got to lead. They ain't teaching you to keep the laws. They ain't teaching you to practice these laws, man. You got to lead, right? Let's keep on going on down there a little bit. And okay, let me get let's get 10. Start at 10 for me. I'm gonna drop 10 a little bit.
Verse 10. But chiefly them that walk after the flesh in the lust of uncleanness and despise government, presumptuous are they, self-willed. They are not afraid to speak evil of dignity.
Is that not what goes on in these churches and stuff, man? Hell, you had one dude, what's his name? He called himself a prophet, Benny Hinn. He had a jacket smacking people and they was fainting and stuff. That's straight clowning, man. I'm looking like he had his catchers and stuff. They every time he walk up on, it's a circus, man.
And it's man worship. You know, they trying to act like they Paul when Paul, you know, he walked past people and his shadow healed people. You know what I mean? But these brothers, they ain't got the spirit. Benny Hinn, you a daggone Elamite. You can't even come in the sanctuary, dog. You a dog for real.
And people were seeing them money, countless money, expecting these false prophets, which we read about earlier, to heal them. And you had a lady that was in a wheelchair. She told the truth. She said she paid all that money to go there and be healed. And they told her, you stay in the back. We only allow when these actors they brought up on the stage. They kept the real sick people in wheelchairs and stuff in the dang back because they knew that the Lord ain't operating with them, man. And men made millions of dollars, man, just to destroy millions of lives, man.
And that's directly opposite of what Hamashiach did. Because remember that who was that, bro? It was the crowd was pressing Hamashiach, and he told him to bring the brother. He was on his bed and everything.
Yeah, sure.
And they passed him forward, so he bringing people from the back. They keeping the sick people in the back.
In the back, y'all stay in the back, and people can't see this, King. Right? They so blind by what they see in front of them, man. Like, hey, this is the closest we. It's a damn shame to think that the Most High is like what these preachers are teaching our people. He's like,
yeah, really.
They really don't have a clue who the Most High is, man. Our people don't, man.
They don't.
So they stay trapped in these churches, man. These churches are nothing but clubs, man. They will destroy you, right? The very purpose God, the Most High has for you, they will take that and demolish that from you. Right? He's not there. Why you have so many marriages failing and why mostly people that want to get I would put it out there, say this, most people want to get out of quick, get you a $600 suit, head to church, man. Right? As long as you look good, man, you're gonna catch a fish on that hook. They clubbing, man. You had the one that came up, man. What was that video, King, where he set the whole thing up? They got robbed. And oh, come on, man! You can't tell me that was script.
That was in New York. Nah, that brother really got robbed, bro. You know about in New York, the black dude?
Yeah, the one
that was wicked. He was buying the Gucci and all that. Yeah. Hey, that brother was wicked, man. They got him on extortion or something like that. God, he was actually extorting the people in his church. They was giving all of the one lady, the old lady, was giving like all of her. I don't know if it was retirement or whatever it was, but they got his ass.
Damn. Boy, he's been exploited everywhere, man, all over, right? And that's a damn shame, man. How did they even get to that point to take everything that you have and just give it and expecting, oh, it's got to be on the Most High's time, man, when I get it? If I'm recalling from what we read in the Word of Power, man, that it didn't take long for the Most High to do what he wanted to do for you.
No.
Right?
And the thing is, we get to where we get so complacent and we're just putting our trust in men. We have no relationship. We didn't truly have a relationship with Yahweh. We just had traditions of men, and we were trying to keep those traditions going, but we didn't have a relationship with Yahweh because the Spirit would have led us opposite of that.
Yeah, so let's get on down. Can you take me to 12 and 12.
Come. Verse 12. But these, as natural brute beasts, made to be taken and destroyed, speak evil of the things that they understand not, and shall utterly perish in their own corruption.
It's corruption in them churches, man. Right? I don't know why people believe, what was his name? Pat Robertson and all them preaching them churches, and Billy Graham and all them. Most High ain't dealing with none of them, man, in them churches, man. It's all corruption, man. Right? And they gonna perish in their own corruption, man. Because they're not a preacher of righteousness like Noah, right? Noah kept them laws, man.
Yeah, he did.
He sure did, man. That's why I say he's a preacher of righteousness, man. Right? So this is what our people got to learn. This is what our people got to come back to and say, how do I be faithful to the Most High? And how do I keep his law, statutes, and commandments that I may find favor with him once again? Right? This is what we got to teach our people, man. Right? And the only way to teach our people is they humble themselves, man, and stop being hard-headed, man, stiff-necked, man, and open up your hearts and minds to the truth, man, that will set you free and allow you to see what you see these brothers up here seeing. Thus saith the Lord in his word, man. Right? So we are telling you now that churches do be clubbing, right? Absolutely. And you can put these precepts into play, and you can see, just line it up, man. Go see. I mean, some of y'all know what it's like. Y'all done been in clubs before and everything, man. You can't tell me you don't see that in the churches. You definitely see that. Money extortion. You see all that in the churches. Right? All praises. You got one question right there, King.
Do y'all, this is from Shiloh Taylor 1. Do y'all think black preachers know the truth? And if they did, why would they keep it from their own people?
That's a good question.
That is a good question. We can answer that with the scriptures, but not to veer too far off, but these pastors, a lot of these people are, they're just taking that role of what they were back in the day. These are the same people that sold out Yahweh Shai. These are the same people that were the house Negroes when we was in slavery. They're just coming back, and they got the same spirit. They're gonna sell out their people. That's just how they do. And a lot of it is, the enemy makes the situation heated. The enemy makes the situation where, it's between one or two of y'all who gonna eat. Well, me and my brother, we brothers, we ain't gonna kill each other. But then he starve us long enough, one of us gonna be thinking, hold on. You know what I mean? Now, damn, I'm tired of, you know what I mean? And so he make the brother, the brother turn on his own brother. So that's how that works. They know the truth. A lot of them know the truth.
A lot of them do.
Yeah, and they overlook it because they got that Martin Luther King spirit in them.
Yeah, that's deep. Deep. That's a deep root. But also, I want to show you also too. I was gonna feature, but I'm gonna drop down that, put a little more on that right there. Let's Shalom. Samaria Tay. Shalom says Shalom. All right. I'm gonna drop down to 18, right? 2 Peter 2 and 18. And I'm gonna show you, like you said, that was a good question, because they do know the truth. But the problem is they won't convert to the truth, right? Why would they do that when they making money? Why would they do that, man, when they put themselves as equal as the Most High, right? I've heard people say, if it ain't coming from my preacher's mouth, I'm not believing, right? As well as they do with our brother Paul, how they put him's words is above Christ. We know that ain't true, right? Because they unlearned, right? But watch this on 2 Peter 2 and drop to 18. I'm gonna show you something real quick.
Come, verse 18. For when they speak great swelling words of vanity, they allure through the lust of the flesh, through much wantonness, those that were clean escaped from them who live in error.
You see that? This is what they do. They create, they preach, they teach all this wantonness to the people, right? And it's of their own lust and of their own flesh, right? So they don't care about the spirit of the person. They care about what that person can give to them that will benefit them, right? So this is why our people are so arrogant to leave these churches. They feel like if they leave them, God is going to curse them. No, he is not. In fact, you saw what he did to Homeboy's church, man, when he mocked the Most High, right? He hit him with lightning and burned that damn thing straight to the ground.
Oh, yeah. I seen it. Was that last week?
Yeah.
We're celebrating that pride, that
sure
gay pride,
was,
and burning, and lightning struck and burned the whole thing
said,
down.
You
That's
forgot.
crazy.
You don't forgot who
That's
you're dealing with, didn't you? Let me show you real quick, right? Who you think control the weather and all? It's him. Right?
That's right.
Very good question. Shalom. Thank you for that.
19 got a little more warning.
Go ahead and get some more with it. Okay?
It says, while they promise them liberty, they themselves are the servants of corruption. And you see that all the time.
Yes.
You know, pay them this or that, and they're gonna break these strongholds, and they're gonna do all of this, and they themselves are in the stronghold.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Yeah, they themselves are in bondage. Yeah.
That's powerful. That's real powerful. You know, if you already in bondage, what the hell can you do for me?
Right.
You got strongholds on yourself. All you doing is transferring them spirits right into me that you got. Right. No way, nowhere in the word of power have you ever seen the Most High mistaken using someone that he didn't want to use. You got all these different kind of cultures of teaching and strategies from these preachers. We got over 20-something million drilling churches around, and ain't nothing changed at all. Mother's still holding hands trying to protest in the street and stuff as if the Most High want us to get. Y'all gotta understand, you can protest all you want. Most High don't want us with other nations.
That's right.
He want us separated.
That's right.
It's going to happen whether we want to or not. We still question, why is racism in the world? Why you think it's in the world? Who created it? Who you think created it? All praises, man.
Will women be priests in the kingdom?
I see where you're going with this.
Women priests in the kingdom. So we are a nation, a peculiar. That's a good question, Samari Taylor.
Yes, it is.
We are a peculiar nation, you know, in the kingdom of priests and kings. But a woman, you know, they got that movie out called Woman King.
Yeah.
It's an oxymoron.
Yeah.
A woman is a queen or a princess. Lucky. We have princesses in Israel. A woman's not going to be a king. A woman is not going to be a priestess. A woman is a woman. A woman is a wife. A woman is a princess. You know.
Exactly.
Now, yes, women are and we can get that. Women are ordained to teach other women and children.
Oh yeah.
But they won't be necessarily. I won't say that they'll be priests.
Yeah, you can, because it's a bunch of precepts. You can go to Titus 2 and 4. It's a bunch of precepts on about our women. And see, we got a lot of movies coming out that's empowering women as structure as to take this as a powerful stand. A woman is already a powerful stand when she became the helpmate, as it says in Genesis. That was her whole purpose of the Most High creating her. Right? It's for her to be the helpmate of her husband. It's not going to be unbalanced when the Most High comes. Everything's going to go back in order. It's going to run in righteousness, how it's supposed to be. And just because a woman is a helpmate doesn't mean that she's not meaningful to her husband. Like, this is all I am. No, you're more than that. See, we gotta take these roles and titles that the Most High has placed us in, and we gotta learn to be faithful and love Him in it and be committed to it without question. Without trying to say, well, I feel like I'm better in this way, or I feel like he's calling me to. Let's not try to put words in the Most High's mouth or change the way he's already ordained this and predestined this before even the world was created. He already had this in play, right? So yeah, our women gonna be in the kingdom with us, man. We're gonna have children and everything, and she's still gonna be in that vital role that the Most High has created her to be, right? As well as He created us to be in the world. Right. That's a very good question, our sister. We thank you for that.
Another question.
She says, since women are not supposed to be preaching the truth, shall we be trying to tell our friends, especially boys, about the truth and like preach it to them?
So you want to take it? Or?
Yeah, I'm gonna say this. I heard that a lot with a lot of women that say, so if we can't. Let's go through some precepts to show you the role of a woman and what she's supposed to do. Because if you got a husband or if you got a Israelite brother because the Lord don't put a woman over Israel. He never have it. He never will. So when you see people like Joyce Meyer, Paula White, and all them, that's deception, right? The Lord ain't Sir Jakes. You get that too. The Lord is not he's not a out of order. He does everything in order. So your best thing to do is let's learn right now. Let's pull a couple of precepts for the woman, right? And let's show what she's supposed to do. You remember that one I called out, King?
What you saying?
Titus, the second chapter. We'll start at 3 and work our way on down to 5.
Let me get this. First Peter 2 and 9 real quick.
First Peter 2 and 9.
But you are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar people, that you should show forth the praises of him who hath called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. You know, so that's just going back into, you know, we are a nation of priests and kings. You know, we are a holy nation, a royal priesthood.
That's the point. That's what matters.
Going to the priesthood, you know, the priests in Leviticus, they were forbidden to marry a woman that wasn't a virgin. You know, it was particular things that a priest could do, you know, and it never tells the woman, of course, she was married to the priest. She didn't have another role to where she's, you know, okay, but then she go and do her labor and, you know, she got a duty over here. No, her duty was to be the wife, you know, take care of do what she's supposed to do, you know. But you said Titus.
Yeah, Titus 2 start at 3 on down. We'll break some of that down. We'll get a couple of precepts to show that, you know, we get our women back to the way that the Most High has ordained them to be and do. Man, we're going to have some long marriages, man. We're going to have some healing. We're going to have some things that happen for us, Israel. If we can just get back to the mindset of the Most High.
That's right.
So bring that out real quick.
This is the book of Titus, chapter 2, verse 3. The aged women likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things, that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children, to be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of Yahweh be not blasphemed.
You see that? That's what our beautiful women are supposed to be. Right? According to thus saith the Lord. Right? Some of this makes our women look at it and they go, so what are you saying? I can't. Let's try not to be something that we're not. Let's try not do more than what we're supposed to. Right? Stop looking at these women on these videos, Joyce Meyer and all, and cut them clean out. Most High ain't dealing with them, man.
That's right.
He wants the women to be just like this, because this right here, this is healing for the body of Israel right here, man. We got single fathers and mothers in homes. Their baby daddies all scattered all across the world, man. That ain't how it was in the 80 years when David was ruling Israel, man. We got to first get our mindset back right according to thus saith the Lord, right? And that's one precept to prove and show. But let's you got another precept, King? Or do you want me to go to 1 Corinthians 11?
You got it, 11:1.
Yeah, let's go there. I'll praise it to Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai, man.
That's right. This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 11, verse 1.
Okay.
Be you followers of me, even as I also am of Hamashiach. Now I praise you, brethren, that you remember me in all things, and keep the ordinances as I deliver them to you. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Hamashiach, and the head of the woman is the man.
I'll praise.
And the head of Hamashiach is Yahweh. Every man praying or prophesying, having his head covered, dishonoreth his head. But every woman that prayeth or prophesieth with her head uncovered, dishonoreth her head. For that is even all one as if she were shaven.
Okay. Now that you see that there's an order with the Most High, right? He does not come out of that order at all. He started the world like he gonna end it, and it's gonna begin when the new one Jacob ruled.
That's right.
This is why we gotta pay attention and understand, man. Let the Most High be the Most High that He is. in our lives for our men of Israel and for our women of Israel,
Huh.
right? We don't need to see people like Cardi B and all of them. They don't speak for Israel. Beyonce, they don't speak for Israel.
That's right.
Y'all Israelite sisters out there and everything, man, do thus saith the Lord, man. Right? Come back to his law, statute, commandments right here and keep them, man, so you can edify and be there for your husband and be the helpmate that you are. King, you got a precept. I got one more. If you got one, I got one more. I might got two.
Go ahead with yours.
I'm gonna go with 1 Corinthians 4, get 14. Start at 33, and we'll work it down.
Come. This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 14, verse 33.
Oh, praise.
For Yahweh is not the author of confusion, but of peace, as in all churches of the saints. Let your women keep silence in the churches, for it is not permitted unto them to speak, but they are commanded to be under obedience, as also saith the law.
See, that's saith the law.
And if they will learn anything, let them ask their husbands at home.
That's very important.
For it is a shame for women to speak in the church.
It's just, I mean, and I think what happens is sometimes, unfortunately, you know, when our sisters look at that and stuff, man, they thinking, well, am I basically supposed to just be still and be? No, we brought out some precepts to prove to you when you have the daughters and the women and stuff, you got to teach the young women, keepers of the home and everything, man.
That's right.
You honor and love the Most High in that, man. That should matter more to you than anything. It's knowing your place in the Most High, man. Be that powerful daughter of Zion that he created you to be, right? Because when you get to the kingdom, we ain't going to try to get to the kingdom and power one another. It's all about getting to the kingdom, man. No matter what role, some of us going to scarcely make it by bread.
And we don't need to, we don't need to try to be, like you said, try to fit in a role that's not our role. You know what I mean? Like, how would it be? And that's just anarchy, like Esau and these heathens do. Like, I'm a man, but if I start trying to have the babies, that ain't gonna work right. How's that gonna, you know what I mean? It don't even, that's an ugly thought, ain't it?
That's
you know what I mean? You let me be me, woman gonna be her, and we're gonna keep our roles straight, just like the Lord made. Because if he wanted you to be a man, he would have made you one.
No mistake.
And vice versa. You know,
praise is kind. That's right.
It goes right against just what Esau is doing. You know, that goes right against what the Most High is doing. You know, they are antichrist. They're anti-Mashiach by nature. Everything the Lord says, they do the opposite and try to make it a law and convince us to do it. You know?
Yeah. Yes. All praises to Yahweh Shem Yahweh, man. You know, just what Cap said, man. That's all true. That's facts. That's not fiction at all, right? Before we go back to Churches Be Club, let me throw in one more precept. That's okay, King. Genesis 2:18, real quick. Right? Let's just break this down, man, to show the importance of the women in Israel. Y'all are very important to us, man.
That's right.
Very important, man.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 2, verse 18. And the Lord power said, it is not good that man should be alone. I will make him an helpmeet for him.
You see that? You are the helpmeet for that man, right? If you're not there, who's going to help that man? If you're not that man's real, who's going to help that man?
That's right.
Man can't do it alone. The Most High said it's not good for man to be alone. We need our sisters, man. We don't need no twerking. We don't need no club. We don't need the church club. And we don't need that, man. We need modest women, man. Right? And we need women that's going to not fight their role and understand their role. They're going to live and walk in that role according to thus saith the Lord, man. And not fight this against the Most High, man. But stand up and say, I'm a daughter of Zion. I'm a daughter of Sir. However you want to say it, sister. Right? Let's take back our culture, what was taken from us. Because you want to know something? Before we came here on them slave ships and stuff, we were whole as a people.
That's right.
The enemy taught us. Everything you see what's happening in the world, we learned from the enemy. Whether it be rape, rob, murder, steal, kill, learned it from the enemy. Right? So let's get back what was taken from us, man. Let's get it all back. I love that beautiful question, though, man. Right? Yeah. We got another question right there.
Shiloh Taylor 1. I understand why women shouldn't be able to preach Eve led Adam to wickedness, and we come from them. And also because women lead stuff from feelings.
Mm.
That's a good point.
That's a
very good point.
Very good point.
Okay.
Right? All praises to y'all about Shimmy Y'all. Hey, it's a good thing, man, to see sisters online and stuff, man. You know, being humble spirits, man, and they just letting the spirit lead them, man.
Okay.
Keep letting the spirit lead you, man, and talk to you in this, man. Because we ain't in this alone, man. We a family, right? And that's what they don't want us to understand, man, is that we are a family. Israel, we a family, man.
That's right.
Right? Let's get our name back. You know they're trying to erase our name off the planet, man. Calling us Black African Americans, Hispanics. They gave us all other names that the Most High don't even know. Damn, the Most High look around and say, "Who is that? What name is that?" He's asking the angels up in there. Who are they talking to? We gotta deprive ourselves from all that. That bigotry and hate, man. We are the special people on the face of this earth.
That's right.
Right? We got to start walking like kings, man. We got to start living like kings. Why? Because we are that. Right? We ain't supposed to be at the bottom of the barrel scraping, man. That is them. Right? They the dogs. Right? We the kings and priests and queens of this earth, man.
That's right.
Go ahead, King. You got that one? I got one.
I'm gonna go to 1 Timothy 2:1. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, I've got one more. This is the book of Colossians, chapter 3, verse 17. And whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all in the name of the Lord Hamashiach, giving thanks unto Yahweh and the Father by him. Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husband, as it is fit in the Lord. Husbands, love your wives, and be not bitter against them. Children, obey your parents in all things, for this is well pleasing unto the Lord. Fathers, provoke not your children to anger, lest they be discouraged. You know, so that's setting in order. That's just showing the order. It's touching all bases. I didn't even read the part about the servants, you know, because that'll go into another conversation. Nevertheless, the Lord is showing us how to conduct. Everybody in our household should conduct. You know, so with the wives, the husband, because you know one thing is out of order and the whole thing is broke. You know, so we all got to we all got a job to do. Let me get one more precept.
All praises, man. That's very important. What Cap just brought out, man. It's not just our women though. We edifying our women right now, but this goes for the men too, right? Every time we get out there and we teaching on these blocks and stuff, man, I'm gonna go ahead and bring this thing out, man. Where's the man at? Right. You find them going to these clubs and everything, man. We found who was on the block up there where they called it was a funeral, but damn. They was clubbing like a mug, King. They had all kind of junk. One girl had her whole back out. Yeah. Letting the whole thing hang out. Yeah. Like, I'm looking for someone to snatch up. Right? We have a bunch of kids that come up and everything. Where is the man at? You call yourself a man, but you can't prove that by proving what the Most High created you to do. That's right.
Hey, the men will let the kids come over. He's sitting there looking, got them out there on the street corner, you know, hustling on Saturday, you know, on a Sabbath day. You know what I mean? And he let the kids come over and see what's going on, but he stayed from afar. Like he done did us a favor.
Like I let you get with them and that's good enough. No, that's not good enough, man.
We all out of order, man.
We just completely out of order, man. Yeah. When you man gonna stand up, man, so you can see your households ran as a whole, man. Right? You won't no longer turn around, man, and put yourself in a position, man, where you know without a shadow of a doubt you're gonna fail at time and time after time. You're gonna let this word invest in you, man. Right? You're going to benefit from this, man. You're going to grow, and raise your household according to thus saith the Lord, man. Right? That's very important, man. Right? I want to see the man of Israel return and take that man and that rod back up like we had once before, man, and rule in our homes and stuff like we ruled back then, man.
With our women right by our side and our kids, you know.
All praise to
our kids, you know. Let me get this one. 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 11. Let the women learn in silence with all subjection. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. For Adam was first formed, then Eve. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman, being deceived, was in the transgression.
There you go.
Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing if they continue in faith, in charity and holiness with sobriety.
Wow. Brought that thing clean out, man. You know, That's a beautiful precept, man.
Oh yeah.
You know, and that's what the sister said. It was Eve that led Adam. Right. So that matched it up. That cut it right there.
Good one, Shiloh Taylor.
All praises, man. Very good, man.
That's I got a couple of precepts to bring out on the churches to be club. You know, let's back on the topic.
Bring up on that club.
Let me get a couple of them in here. You know, I learned a word called glossolalia. Matter of fact, I'm a precept. Chief, give me Acts 2 and 5. We're gonna read that one down to 13. It's a word called glossolalia, and it's how the churches think, or they call themselves speaking in tongues. Oh. You know, and they get it from the book of Acts, but that ain't what they was doing. You know, they speaking in tongues. You know, so the same thing. You know, on the same lines of the clubbing. You know, we in there mumbling and you know, spitting these spells out with these rap songs and all of this crazy wicked stuff. You know, and we were reciting it and chanting. You know, all in this one little building. It's all a ceremony. Same thing in church. We doing the same thing.
Same thing. Yeah. Same exact thing. Nothing different. It's all similar. It's all the same. All praises. You said the book of Acts, chapter 2, verse 5.
Yes, sir.
And there were dwelling at Jerusalem Jews, devout men out of every nation under heaven. Mm-hmm. Now, when this was noised abroad, the multitude came together and were confounded, because that every man heard them speak in his own language.
Right. So, you know, the man is all of these Jews, first of all, Jews from every nation under heaven came to Jerusalem, and where everybody was talking, but they talking in the other man's, everybody's language. You know, I'm a Jew, but I live in Spain, but I'm speaking it like they speak in Turkey, you know, and the dude in Turkey, he's speaking like they speak in Greece. And everybody's language was messed up, sort of like the Tower of Babel, you know. And so this is where they get the concept of speaking in tongues. This, and we're gonna read a little more.
Yeah, this is a big one.
Yeah, but that's where they get it from, speaking in tongues, when they were really just speaking other languages. So I could understand what you're saying, but you might not be able to understand what I'm saying, but he can. And it was just confusion of language. It wasn't. You know, I ain't even going to try to do that, but what they call glossolalia. That's glossolalia. You know, let's keep it moving.
Verse 7. Yeah. And they were all amazed and marveled, saying to one to another, behold, are not all these which speak Galileans?
Yeah. Yeah. So basically saying, ain't they all from, you know, because they all, you know, black men, aren't they all the same people? How they speaking these different languages? Come on.
Right. And how heard we every man in our own tongue wherein we were born. That's something big too, right there. What's that? Parthians? Parthians in what's that? Parthian and Medes, in Elamites, in the dwellers of Mesopotamia, and in Judea, in Cappadocia, and Pontus in Asia, Phrygia, Pamphylia, in Egypt, and in the parts of Libya, about Cyrene and strangers of Rome, Jews and proselytes, Crates and Arabians. Is that Arabians? We do hear them speak in our tongues the wonderful works of the Most High.
That's right. And back to what we read in verse 5. They named them from these different nations, but they were all Jews, devout men. They might have had a different phenotype. They might have looked a little different, but they were all Jews, not Jewish, not converts. They were all real Jews from Arabia and Crete,
all these different places Phrygia. They coming from.
And that goes into Revelation 7 and 9. You know, from all these different tongues and nations. You know, but the point in me reading this is jump down to verse 14, Chief.
14. But Peter, standing up with the 11, lift up his voice and said unto them, Ye men of Judah, and all ye that dwell at Jerusalem, be this known unto you, and hearken to my words.
Right.
15. For these are not drunken.
Nah, they trying to say they was drunk and just jibber jabbering and saying whatever they wanted to say.
And that's what they say in the church too. When they hit that, they say we're drunk. They're drunk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nah, you ain't.
Yeah, that's what they say. Yahushua was a glutton, a wine bibber, Salakia, a wine bibber. Yeah.
Okay, where we at? 16.
Huh?
But this is that which was spoken by the prophet Joel.
This is my point. Now, this is the point. He said this is a prophecy being fulfilled. What's the next verse, Chief?
17. And it should come to pass in the last days, saith Yahweh, I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh.
So they got the spirit of the Most High. And when he said he's going to pour out his spirit upon all flesh, it's not really talking about all flesh. He ain't talking about the Eskimos. Somebody brought that out the other day. I heard and it's not talking about all flesh. He said this is being fulfilled when these devout men, these Jews, were speaking in these other tongues. Mm-hmm. And Peter said, oh, that's what the Lord was talking about when he said he's gonna pour his spirit out on all flesh. He's not talking about all flesh. He's talking about Jews in these different nations.
Yeah,
you got to be an Israelite.
Like that's right. A lot of people get that. That's a lot of confusion to a lot of people because when they see that all flesh, they entangle everybody.
Yeah,
it covers everybody. Yeah. No, it does not. No, it does not.
Right.
The Bible is written in similitudes, man.
That's
that only Israel can dissect. Nobody else can, man. This is why they still trying to find a way in by saying when you see that all flesh, that's all. Right? And all wasn't out there in the wilderness.
Right.
That was a one. That was Israel. That was it. Right.
That's right. And another thing people need to understand is if you happen to do, especially in the Old Testament, and you see something like you'll be a light to the Gentiles or some type of seemingly salvation for a Gentile, it can be there, but it's only after the Gentiles are put in order and after they are taught and broken. You know, they are broken, like it says in Revelation. We're going to break them like a potter's vessel. Mm. They're going to be broken and taught the laws and taught how to keep the laws. And if they get out of line, we're going to break them again. But the point is, after they are taught to worship the Lord, that's when they're going to come to, okay, now we can worship the Lord and that type of thing. You're never going to be equal to an Israelite.
No, you're not.
You're never going to be a son.
No, you're not.
But you will get down.
You'll be there. Yeah, you're going to keep it though, regardless. Even on the break that down when we saying all that flesh, when you're all that flesh, I'm gonna drop down. Can you still on this precept?
No.
I want to stay right here real quick and show you why when he brought this out and he said devout man out of all of Israel, right? Let's keep that in mind. Watch what 21 says in 22. And it should come to pass that whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. 22, ye men of Israel, hear these words.
You men of Israel.
That he was talking to from the beginning, devout men, Jews from all nations that came, spoke in all these different languages, which Cap brought out earlier, goes right along with Revelation 7 and 9. That's why people go there and say, look, they speak in different languages. And once they hear that, you start thinking of the language. They speaking that China Spanish language, that Chinese, the Jap Spanish and everything. Yeah, because we were scattered in all four corners of the earth. Right? We have to learn their languages and stuff. Like we have to work at their jobs. We have to be damn near like them.
Right.
Right. That's a beautiful precept to come out. We need to break it down because they be getting in these churches and stuff, man, dancing and fainting, and don't a damn thing change, man.
Nothing.
You fall and hit the floor, wig fall off and everything, get up and go to work tomorrow and tell the boss, shoot, I caught the Holy Ghost yesterday, right? Got a knot on your damn head, man. Like what happened, man? That I hit the floor with the catchers. There was no catchers, but the Holy Spirit protected me. Really, you got a damn knot on your head.
And another thing about that is the church is the first place where we learn how to coon. And we learn how to entertain. I was watching the Whitney Houston story. And I always love Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston grew up in the church, beautiful singer. And most of these people, I'm sure Beyonce, they start out in the churches 3 years old, and this little girl got this talent and gift, and they hone it to a certain extent, and then they take them away from the Lord and they give them to the world.
They give it to the world.
And,
spoils. Take it, man.
Yeah, give it to the devil.
Take it.
The white man.
And he turns around, man, and look what happened, man. Look how that sister, man, turned around and got on all these things, man, the Most High is against, man. And that's what happens if we step out of that circle of the Most High, man. Right? Let's keep this church thing going, man. This one, let me see where I got one that I would like to get to. King. Let's go ahead and get 1 Peter 4, and we'll start at 2. I want to keep that the focal point. that the lust of the flesh, because that's what these churches preachers give you. They give you what they desire. They give you what they believe in, everything, man. And if our people would just separate and come away from that, man, watch what the Most High do to you, man. Right? Gonna wake you up in truth for number one, and you ain't gonna be able to get enough, man. You know what I'm saying? That ain't like a coat you put on and take off, bro. This is sealed. This is a cloak. I'm telling you, man. Right? Let's bring this one on out, King.
This is the book of 1 Peter, chapter 4, verse 2. That he no longer should live the rest of his time in the flesh to the lusts of men, but to the will of Yahweh.
You see that? You should no longer live in the lust of the man, right? But guess what happens when we in them churches? We living in his lust, man. We accepting what he's teaching, what he's preaching, what he believes in, what he tells us, and a man don't even have the law coming off his mouth. He's supposed to keep the law and telling our people, man, you got to keep these laws if you want to live.
That's right.
Right? But yet churches teach our people lawfully. You don't have to keep it, man. And they some of the worstest people that go to church, man.
Wicked, man. Wicked.
Some of the worst people in them buildings, man, will stab you right in your back and think nothing of it.
That's right. You broke down on the side of the street, they're gonna drive right past you. You know, a lot of them will, and you know, most of the people in the church, they can't wait to get out to eat. They know what I mean?
They looking at the clock like, hurry up, preach, let's go, man. Lock up, and then you think you done something for the Most High. Once you get out, everybody go party, eat, and everything. Was like, at least I went to church, man.
Ain't did nothing.
Ain't did nothing. Not one thing for the Most High, man. Right? These churches be clubbing.
That's right.
On that there, King.
Two. Let's see. I mean, I got another precept. Yeah, unless you want me to
go ahead with your precept.
Come on. Let me see. I got 1 Corinthians 14 and 4. You know, going back to that, you know, speaking in tongues.
Okay.
He that speaketh in an unknown tongue edifieth himself, but he that prophesieth edifieth the church. I would that you also spake with tongues, but rather that you prophesied. For greater is he that prophesieth than he that speaketh with tongues, except he interpret, that the church may receive edifying.
That's a clean cut.
9.9 times out of 10, they don't have an interpreter. They're going totally outside of the law, anti-Christ. You know what I mean? And they just talking and doing all of that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Blood pressure all up. You know what I mean? Hiccup and stuff, man. You know what I mean? And the Lord said he'd rather you prophesy than that.
That's what he said.
You know, and that's what we're doing. We're here to tell you, you know, this place about to get shut down. You know, we're here to tell you, hey, the Lord is coming with a sword.
That's right.
We're coming with vengeance. We prophesying that we coming up out this captivity.
We waiting on that. Saints are waiting on that.
He said, I'd rather you just do that than you just over there talking and just running your mouth. You know what I mean? And that's what we need to do. It's be a lot of mouth running in church. You know, let's prophesy. Okay. Let's talk about what's going to happen in the future. Let's come up out this captivity. You know,
all praises, man. That's a clean cut right there, man. Right.
And one more on that. 27 to 28. If any man speak in an unknown tongue, let it be by 2, or at the most by 3, and that by course, and let one interpret. But if there be no interpreter, let him keep silence in the church, and let him speak to himself and to Yahweh. You know, so they all the way off, man. We can make a list of stuff that the church, you know what I mean? All of the trespasses that the church commits on a daily basis and think it's all good.
It's all good. It's all good,
man. Because they ain't reading this book.
They ain't reading this book. They don't eat this book, man. You're supposed to eat the roll of this book.
That's right.
It's crazy how they can just open it up, man, and tell somebody, look what he did. Look what he did for so and so. Are you telling him who he did it to and what's their names? He didn't do no other nation like he done Israel. He don't call on no other nation like he calls on Israel.
That's right.
Israel. He never said another nation that he loved other than Israel.
That's right.
You can't find that in here, right? I've challenged so many pastors and preachers say, can you just show me, man? Don't get mad and get all feminine and get caught up in your emotions. Show me in this book where he loves another nation. He said he loved another nation like he said he loved Israel. You can't find it.
No.
Anywhere. But yet they still want to pick it up and think just because you hold this in your possession, it is for you. It is not. It's not. It's just like you walking on this land. It's in your possession, but it's not yours. You killed our northern brothers for this land. And after you slaughtered and murdered them, you brought us over here, right? You're walking on stolen land.
Come.
How many of you still waving them Confederate? You can wave them damn Confederate flags all the hell you want, right? Because the real flag gonna come, and when it's waved, your ass gonna be on the ground.
That's right.
Right?
Because Yahweh is our shield and our banner.
All praises.
He is our shield and our banner.
All praises.
That's right.
All praises, man.
Come.
Let me grab this precept real quick. 2 Peter 3 and 3, right? Gonna stay still on topic. Because if we can stay on topic and showing you these precepts after precept, you want to be like, wow, man, I've never seen it like that, man. When you see TD Jakes up our back sweating, his head sweating and everything, it ain't because of the Holy Ghost, man.
Nah.
At all. All that mean they're doing is getting the workout. That's it.
That's right.
Cardio.
That daggone pork coming out.
That's coming out of him,
man.
right? Don't pay that no attention. Man, he was on fire. He's going to be on fire if he don't repent. That's for
right.
sure.
That's right.
Right? And tell them people there, man, you know what? Ooh, I'm glad we on the thanks for the sisters coming up with that too. Because he had said something to the women in the churches and stuff, and they started leaving and stuff because that was a while back, right? And a lot of people don't know about that though, man. Right? Like I said, most of our people know this truth and everything, but they not gonna bring it up because they don't want to lose church members. They be clubbing. Watch this in 2 Peter 3 and 3.
Come. This is the book of 2 Peter, chapter 3, verse 3. Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lusts.
They walking after their own lusts, man. Scoffers, right? What is beneficial to them? That's not benefit for the Most High, right? At all. Hell, you had one pastor stand up and tell the brother that was in front of him as he was worshiping, man, the Lord said that the Lord told me to take your wife, and he gave her to him.
What?
Yeah, gave said, here you go. I said, damn. I mean,
he ain't even checked the store, like double check.
He just trusts the man. Hey, you the man of the Lord. God. And that's how strong of persuasion these damn preachers and pastors have on our people, man. Because they would tell you, if my pastor don't say it, it ain't true. It's got to come from him. We need some. The Lord is going to give you men pastors of his own heart. That's who we going to give you. The ones that's going to come to you, man, and teach you these law, statutes, and commandments, man.
That's right.
Not allow you to come out. And then our praises, man, to the Most High. But let's thank for the brother Deacon, too, when he brought that out about their sisters on our eating that pork.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
Pork eating contest in church, man. That's so crazy, man. That's so crazy. And our people just do anything. Just, it's a show and it's a carnival when you go to church.
Ain't it?
Anything goes. Nothing's over. And that's why Yahweh Shai was in there flipping tables and whipping, chasing people out, you know what I mean? Because they totally off, and that's our people, man. We'll just go the furthest, what it is, whatever. That's crazy.
And that's sickening, man, to see them up there and say, I think one of the sisters said, y'all very brave to be up here not knowing what you're going to eat. You giving them, you feeding them that sin, man.
Yeah.
You embedding that in them and telling them, here, it's okay, eat. And wonder why we have high blood pressure, high cholesterol, right? And we're dying rapidly at a young age than we supposed to, man. We can't even get to damn near 50. Having heart attacks, prostate cancer from all this filthiness, man, that the Most High didn't give us, he gave the other nations, right? That's how much he think about the other nations, man, right? That's something for him to create all that shit and say, y'all can eat it. My people better not touch it.
That's right.
Hey, that got me thinking, brother. I'm like, wait a minute, Most High, you love us that much? Can you not see the continuity between it, man? How the Most High just throw them scraps and call them dogs we brought out last week and everything, man. But when it come to us, man, he treat us like what? Kings and priests.
That's right.
Come on, man.
We can't eat them. We can't eat nothing that die of itself. They can. We can exact usury on them. I mean, yeah, man. It's crazy.
It's crazy. It's sickening, man. Right? These churches be clubbing, man. Yeah. You ain't got to go to no club. Go to church, man. You go to church, you can live out your whole dream. Thank you, Holy Spirit just hit me. What's the dude name? Tim Ross. He did had a cross on stage at his church. He said the Lord was a stripper.
Oh, I heard somebody say that.
You want to make it rain.
I heard somebody
tell
say
the Lord make it rain.
Like yeah.
Dude, it's sick.
Yeah, that's wicked. That's crazy.
That's wicked beyond wicked, man.
Yeah, they and people don't know they're gonna have to answer for every idle word.
Every word, every work you're gonna have to answer to, bro.
Yeah.
That's sickening, man. And they believe that. That's what he told them, man. Let's make it rain. Wow, boy. It's a club. Dress how you want, but the Most High gave us ways to dress. He gave us a dress law. He gave us a dietary law. You go to church, you ain't got to worry about none of this, man. You ain't got to live.
That was a couple of my precepts I was going to get about the dress code.
Go ahead, pull it.
Kind of. Let's go to Judith. I'm going to go to Judith, chapter 9 and 2.
I'll praise it, man.
Let's see. Judith, chapter 9 and 2. Salaki. I'm going to go to Salakia. Sirach 42 and 12 verse. It says, behold not everybody's beauty, and sit not in the midst of women. But when you go to church, that's all you're gonna be doing.
That's all you're gonna do.
Hey, you in the midst of women the whole time.
You sitting there too, smelling good and everything.
That's
like,
it.
shoot, I hope that scent get home girl nose, man. She'll be over when we get out of church.
Oh, it's a lot of debauchery that goes on, man. You know what I mean? That's all you're gonna be doing is sitting around the women and especially with a kid. You know what I mean? You surrounded by nothing but older women.
God,
you know
the OG sitting up in that must still trying to have game, man.
Yeah. Don't sit in the midst of women.
That's crazy, boy.
Be holding their speech and you know what I mean? God, one more. Let me get another one. Judith, chapter 9. We'll go to Judith, chapter 9 and verse 2. It says, O Lord Yahweh of my father Simeon, to whom you gave a sword to take vengeance of the strangers, who loosened the girdle of a maid to defile her, and discovered the thigh to her shame, and polluted her virginity to her reproach. For you said, it shall not be so, and yet they did so. Same thing in the church.
That's right.
And you see them dresses all the way up to the thigh. A little. They tight fitting, or they got on skirts that are too short or shorter than they should be. The cleavage showing. Yeah, like Chief said, we watching them. We had a funeral. Girl got her whole back out. People got the chest hanging. All types of crazy stuff going on at a funeral.
The stuff they wear today, I'm like, you might as well take it off. You already butt naked.
Man, yeah, they didn't mind. Are you for real?
And then you get mad when one of them old crazy looking brothers run up on you trying to holler at you and stuff, man.
Right.
They tell, get away from me. What you expect?
Right.
You come out here plumb butt naked, man. You get mad because our brothers running up on you and you talking about some, you get mad and stuff. Stop running up on me. Stop wearing that junk, man.
Right.
Learn how to be modest and cover yourself up, man, and hold it for your husband.
Want that attention, yeah.
Because that's exactly what you want. You want somebody to look at you and come up on you, right? You want somebody, hopefully you can get you one of them sugar daddies or something, man, that got some money.
Right.
So you can take away your worries. You willing to throw it out there for him, like, once he come up, hey, you got it. Here you go.
Right? Lust of the eyes and the pride of life.
Kind.
This is 1 Timothy 2 and 9. In like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel with shamefacedness and sobriety. You know what I mean? The women got to put on the righteous clothing.
Come on.
Shamefacedness they need to be, reluctant to be all up in somebody's face. They back here, they humble and they're out of the way. Shamefacedness, they're not just showing everything and they're ashamed to show their figure and have people looking at them and stare. Shamefacedness. And sobriety. Sobriety means that they ain't drunk with all types of doctrines and they coming out just running their mouth. They're not actually literally drunk, you know what I mean, and drinking and everything.
True, man.
It says, that's one of the main things that our women need to do. You don't love me if you're going out of the house, and you're dressed any old kind of way, and you don't love your brothers, you don't love your people, because you're going to attract the wrong kind of attention.
That's right.
All men don't have control of themselves.
No.
You go out dressed like that, you're putting this man in a bad situation.
That's right.
You're creating a strife with your own sister. Because she's at church with her man. And then even if her man not looking, she thinking.
Yeah.
She gonna see it before he see it. She gonna see it before he see it. And she gonna say, what she got on?
Mm-hmm.
And then she gonna either, she gonna talk greasy or she gonna look at, and the next week she might have the same thing on. You never know.
Trying to match up, trying to be equal.
Yeah. But we gotta
be better.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. This ain't dining, man. This is love, man. Right? We
Come.
love our sisters, man, without a shadow of a doubt, man. But you know, the Lord is not with whoredom. You ain't gonna be with a woman that's whoredom, man.
At all.
Right? We gotta put a difference, man. Right? Let's put a difference between that, daughters of Sarah. Right? Let's show our men that we love them. Come through, thus saith the Lord, man. How the Lord tell you how to dress that way. Mine is a pearl, man. You don't need to show yourself to have someone know you, man. Forget about if someone can't know you for who you truly are, man. If they got to look at you, man, and tell you got to give something, man, that ain't for you.
Right.
You need to foot it. You need to be gone, man.
That's right.
Right? Because guess what? If he come to you just for that, he gonna go to the next woman for that. Right? So you can't. That's why you don't need to put yourself out there. If you put yourself out there like you have no value, sweetie, that's exactly what you're gonna get. No value. That's the type of man you're gonna get.
Right.
Right. And so it's funny to everybody, man, because everybody want a Superman, right? She don't want that Superman because Clark Kent damn near love her. He was faithful to her.
Yeah.
I'm telling you that to a point where he wouldn't even see no other woman. This nigga only saw one.
That's right.
A geek too at that. Right? So you get a Superman out here that's got diamonds on and everything. Hey, you have other women on that, brother. Right?
Let me get two more precepts on that. This is the book of Ecclesiastes or Sirach, chapter 19, verse 30. It says, a man's attire and excessive laughter and gait show what he is. Ooh. You know, and that's going back to, you know, I'm just going off of what you were saying, you know, you advertise, you showing what you are by the way you dress.
That's right.
You know, we show that we are peculiar. We're Israelites by the way we dress.
That's right.
You know, and the women, you're going to either show that you're modest, shamefaced, or you're going to show that you have no virtue and that you're not shamed. You're basically wicked. You know,
that's right.
Show it. That's right. Way, we can tell by the way you dress. You know, and last precept on that attire for me is Susanna chapter. This is the book of history of Susanna. Salaki, and this is verse 32. And these wicked men commanded to uncover her face, for she was covered, that they might be filled with her beauty. And that's just going into showing that our women, you know, they were so beautiful and so much, they were so in order, they even covered their faces. And we got like we say all the time, we got the most beautiful women in the world. But our women kept their faces covered because they know what kind of trouble they can cause with just the eyes, just batting the eyes, and how beautiful their cheekbones and their skin tone. Beautiful. You know, beautiful lips. They cover their faces. You know what I mean? But the wicked men wanted to uncover that.
Yeah, and show that to everybody, man.
Yeah.
No, man. We don't want to uncover you, man, and have sharing you with every damn body, man. You know, that's cancer to have another man's semen inside of another man's wife, man. That's wicked. That's why the Lord said a man should give. You don't find nowhere in the Bible where the Lord tells a woman to give a man a divorce.
Oh, no.
You don't find that.
No.
Right? A lot of people don't understand that, man. Yo, you pastor and the priest, they ain't tell you that because some churches be clubbing, man. We trying to tell you, man. They're going to keep you away from his truth, man. They're going to keep you away from it, right? So, and also to answer that about the brother, man, that we was talking to at camp last week. A lot of these churches are not going to allow us to sit down with them when it comes to this truth, bro. Because when we sit down with them with this truth, it's going to close them doors in their life that they don't want to be closed.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Now, I will say this. I will say to the ones that did allow our other brothers to come in, and if they let them come in and talk some truth and everything, appreciate, but it still didn't make no change because you could see across the table, the brother was just like, dude, we just doing this to let y'all know we allowed you to come in.
Right. Just say we did.
But we're not changing. We're staying this way. Still want to stay in the enemy's land. Still want to be occupied here. That's sad, man. That's sad, man.
They want to go from a Jew to a Negro. We went from Jews to Negroes, niggers, and blacks and coons back to Jews, and they trying to put us back to the Negro. That's crazy, man. Crazy, counterproductive.
So when King brought that out, I was thinking about that precept in Genesis 24. King, you say I was to wrap her face up and everything. I think it's going to be verse. I think it's 24 chapter, Genesis 24, verse 64. I think it's going to talk about the one where she's going to wrap herself when she's seen
Isaac. Rebecca, that's a beautiful story right here too. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 24, verse 65. I started 64, slightly. And Rebecca lifted up her eyes, and when she saw Isaac, she lighted off the camel.
Wow.
For she had said unto the servant, what man is this that walketh in the field to meet us? And the servant had said, it is my master. Therefore she took a veil and covered herself.
Wow.
And the servant told Isaac all things that he had done. And Isaac brought her into his mother's Sarah's tent and took Rebekah, and she became his wife. And he loved her. And Isaac was comforted after his mother's death.
You see that? He took Rebekah. He didn't say nothing about no being in the church getting married or something.
No.
He took her on in the tent and took her.
And they said she became his wife.
She became his wife. And she covered herself up when she saw him.
That's how we know sex is marriage. You know, that's what it's meant to be. She became his wife. And he did it. He did it just the same way in the book of Tobit.
Yeah,
same way. In the mama and them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Chambers. You know, which to us nowadays, you know, I ain't gonna lie, that seems a little different.
Yeah,
but you know, that's our heritage. You know, and that's the way it's supposed to be done. If that's the way it's supposed to be done, then so be it.
That's right, kind. Yeah, that's true. Beautiful precepts that was brought out and everything, man. For this a segment of churches be clubbing, right?
That's right.
Y'all need to lead the churches, our people. Right, come out of them fight white supremacy. I saw the when I was telling you Clotilda on the History Channel. I saw where the black churches, they got a church there from where the slaves built the churches. The church is still standing today, and inside that church, they got back on the window. It's a white Caesar Borgias with the red on, and he's standing with a staff, and he's got sheep right there, and they praise and worship.
Golly,
and that ain't even the description of the Most High in Christ.
Not at all.
At all.
Not at all.
But they don't even see that. They just sitting there worshiping, man. And I had to keep rewinding.
Hold on, the church is still open?
Yeah, they're still there. I had to keep rewinding it just to make sure. Like,
where is this?
It's in Alabama. It's right where they burned down the Clotilda, the last slave ship. That church that the slaves built up with their bare hands to worship the Most High, it's got a white Jesus, Caesar Borgia, right there with the camp in the. I was like, what? I had to rewind that, and they don't even they don't even understand that he looked like us, man. Christ looked like his people.
Burn that shit down too.
He don't look like no other people, man. Why is that so hard for our people? Still, and we saw that over there at that little funeral church. And I was like, Ken, they got the same thing in the damn window.
Man.
They won't even go touch that in Revelation. They won't even go read it. They just stay from it like it don't matter. How does the color not matter?
If he existed on this earth in this dimension, he had to be a color, he had to be a shape.
He wasn't no spirit just laying on the cross. How the spirit gonna get hung up on the cross?
Right.
That don't make no damn sense. And then one brother, that wicked brother, what's his name? The one that said he all colors. I had his name on the tip. He said he all colors. I was like, oh, what you telling me? Purple, red, green, orange, yeah, all that? That's a freak.
Yeah. A mutant. That sound like something a kid would tell you. Answer one of them kids would give.
I'm gone. If I see something like that, I'm bouncing.
Right.
How the hell you want to work? What's Evans? Tony Evans.
Evans.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody was just telling me about Tony Evans too. Yeah, somebody was just talking about Pastor Tony Evans. I said, yeah, he don't tell you who you are in the Bible, do he?
He sure don't. Now they won't touch on that. If they can't not give you, go to any preacher, any pastor, and ask them what's your biblical nationality according to the power, the word of the Most High.
Right.
Ask them. That's all you got to do. Walk up to them and ask them, man. Right. And if they can't tell you, why are you still putting your trust in a man after all these precepts that came out that we shared with our brothers and sisters with the house of Israel tonight? Why will you still be there? Because I'm going to tell you like this, man. If it was wrong for us to leave the churches, I ain't dead yet. I mean,
right.
Lord ain't struck me down. Right. He ain't said, he ain't got mad at me for rebuking that wickedness, man. At all.
And we definitely ain't giving no tithes to him. You know what I mean? We ain't giving no tithes to him. I stopped
None.
doing it. You know,
none.
Yeah, none of that. We give alms, you know what I mean? And we doing what we got to do in this book, rehearsing the righteous acts.
All praise,
you know, and the Most High has been watching over us.
That's right,
giving us exponential wisdom and understanding of this word, which is most precious.
That's more precious than anything on this earth.
That's right.
We ain't got time for prosperity preaching and all that these churches be doing. Listen, man, you know what? Our streets and mansions gonna be gold as hell. What the hell we trying to live here for?
Right,
King. Have we ever thought about that? They telling you can have it here on earth. How you gonna have it here when he gonna blow this thing up? What's the point? Big mansions, big homes, and cars, and money, and fame, and fortune. When he burning this thing to the ground.
That's just more to distract you. You know what I mean? That's just more to have you tied to when it's time for you to get up out of here. Over my
I can't leave it.
Yeah, my big mansion that I was working so hard on, and we just broke the ground on that. I just signed this document. I'm just getting this new Tesla I want. Nah, we getting up out of here, man.
That's right.
I ain't gonna be tied to none of this
and
stuff.
None of it. We ain't taking none of it. We ain't clinging to it. No, y'all them dogs and y'all gonna cling to us.
Yeah, that's right.
You damn right, you gonna cling to us, man. That's why some of you coming down on these YouTubes and everything, man, and saying, our forefathers lied and everything, man. They showing you how they gonna clean. That's how they gonna clean. Right? They letting you know, hey man, when y'all get up out of here, we gonna make sure we grab a hold of you, man, and say, take us with, which you don't have no choice. You getting took.
And that's prophecy too. That's prophecy. The Bible says that they're going to grab a hold of the skirt of him that is a Jew and say, let us come with you. But we heard that Yahweh is with you.
What is that? Isaiah 14.
That's out of Isaiah, what was it, 8? Let's go. Was that Zechariah? I thought it was Zechariah 8:23. I may be on one. I may be on one. You said Isaiah.
Isaiah. What's that? 6. See here. Isaiah.
10 men shall take hold, even of him that is a Jew. Now, yes, Zechariah 8:23, or the one that I quoted, it may be something else.
Yeah, go ahead.
The book of Zechariah, chapter 8:23. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, in those days it shall come to pass that 10 men shall take hold out of all languages of the nations, even shall take hold of the skirt of him that is a Jew, saying, we will go with you, for we have heard that Yahweh is with you.
See that?
63 and Isaiah 63:19, right?
And that's exactly what they're going to do, man. They're going to cling to God's people, man. Right? And even if they don't, they get took anyway, man.
That's right. Let me give one precept about these pastors, though, and these churches that be clubbing, you know. Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 2. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, power of Israel, against the pastors that feed my people. You have scattered my flock and driven them away, and have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doing, saith the Lord. So y'all got something coming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Y'all got something coming for the wickedness. And just like the sister asked, you know, do these black preachers know? And you know what I mean? Yeah, they know. And they got some wicked, they got some evil coming towards them. But I think a lot of them figure, I can get rich right now and I'll worry about that later. You know, oh, grace, I can ask for forgiveness later and he'll spare me. You know, that's what they want.
That's not gonna happen, man. Y'all in big trouble, because y'all the reason why our people are acting like they're acting and where they at right now. It's due with these pastors, man, our own people.
That's right.
Corruptible seed setting out here corrupting them, man. Just like he did in the wilderness, man. Once Moses went up on the mountain, let's party, man. Let's get down, man. Right?
One more. Slack you, Chief. Ezekiel chapter 22 and verse 26. 25. I'm gonna start at 25. There is a conspiracy of her prophets, meaning they get together and they plan this stuff in the midst thereof, like a roaring lion ravening the prey. They have devoured souls. Yes, they have.
Yes, they have.
They have taken the treasure and precious things, all of our tithes. They have made her many widows in the midst thereof. Her priests have violated my law and have profaned mine holy things. They have put no difference between the holy and profane. Neither have they showed difference between the unclean and the clean, and have hid their eyes from my Sabbaths, and I am profaned among them. Name me one part of that that don't fit the so-called Christian church.
Churches be clubbing.
Yeah, right, exactly. Go right back to it. They turn their eyes away from the Sabbath. They done robbed us for all the spoils. They don't put a difference between the holy and the profane. Women in there with whatever they want. You know what I mean? Men doing whatever they want.
Right in the church.
Know? Yeah, the preachers ain't teaching a lot, man.
I gotta pay for that. And that one that I want to bring out too is about that cleaning. When we told you when it was Isaiah 14 and 1 and 2.
Oh,
yeah. We forgot about that. That's the one I was trying to get, and I said Isaiah 14 was 1 and 2, right? Let's bring that on out, man, and show you, man.
It's a classic, one of my favorites.
One of my favorites, man.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob.
On Jacob.
And will yet choose Israel.
Still going to choose us in the end.
And set them in their own land.
Take us back to our place.
And the strangers shall be joined with them.
That's right.
And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
You're going to cleave to us.
That's right. And the people shall take them.
It says take.
And bring them to their place.
And we're going to take it out where we're going to get our place
in. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord.
Just like we possess shoes and clothes, we're going to possess you, man.
That's right. For servants and handmaids.
Mm-hmm.
And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were. And they shall rule over their oppressors.
Now, we know in slavery who our oppressors was.
That's right.
We know our ancestors were captives. Not everybody was captive, man.
Yeah.
That's why it says who captives they were, right? It's crazy, man, how these other nations trying to find a way to fit in here. Some way they trying to slide like that snake we got on a couple of weeks ago, King. Slide right in here and get with us, man. No, you cannot. You're going to cling to us. We're going to pick you up. We ain't going to ask no questions. Just like y'all didn't ask questions for us. Y'all just grabbed our people, put them in them chains. Let's go. Threw us on there. Had us packed up like sardines on them ships, man. Couldn't breathe, man. Couldn't eat. Some chose death, man, because it was so gruesome, man. And we're going to take you over there, man, with no pity, right? Now, the oppressed becomes the oppressor.
That's right.
Right? And that's what's going to happen. Thus saith the Lord. Right? Take that to a preacher and let him break that down. He want to talk to you about love, and we all gonna be. It ain't gonna be. You just read this beautiful precept showing you that the other nation they gonna cling to us, and we take them, and we're gonna possess them according to thus saith the Lord.
That's right.
Right. So we want our people to wake up to this truth and this knowledge, man. The only way for you to do that is to stop being in them churches that's clubbing.
That's right.
Right.
King,
you got it, man.
Shalom, Israel.
Shalom.
Hey, we're gonna be back out on the Sabbath. You know what I mean? This Sabbath, most high willing. Not sure if we're gonna do an evening or a morning. But we're gonna be back out on the Sabbath on the highways and byways. Yahweh willing, waking up the sheep. We'll be back next week, most high willing, with another lesson. And we may start with a little bit of milk and start from the basics. Since we just building up our platform, just starting, we may start with some basic lessons to build our brethren up. And whoever may watch this one and they'll be able to catch up a little bit, with these precepts and teachings, and check them out. And we can build from there. Our praises, man, to the Most High, man. Been a wonderful segment, able to come in this truth and stand with the brother, man, and share these precepts as we edify one another, right? Right. And this is a beautiful thing, man, to see us getting the food that we need to grow for the Most High, right? So as Cap has told you, man, we'll be going out at camp and everything, man. No, we don't know what time. We'll see what the Spirit says. We just move with the Spirit, man, right? Right. And so the next lesson we come on, man, I understand a lot's been thrown out. But we probably ain't on that milk no more because we've been getting that meat for a while now, man. But we also got to think of our people, man, not expecting to be on the type of level that we on. So we're gonna break this on down to them, man, as best we can, as the Lord give us the ability to do, right? So it's been a wonderful segment on churches be clubbing, man. And it's true. So our people, you gotta leave the churches, man. You can't stay in them churches and expect to make it through them gates doing the same act that you're doing. Right. And leave them clubs too. Leave them clubs. Get out of that, right? And we like to say also to everybody in the comment section,
Thank you for your comments. Right? Thank you for allowing us to answer your question to the best of our ability that the Spirit has given us to answer it for. You've been a wonderful audience, man. We thank the Most High for you, man. Bless you, man, and let this truth carry forth and go freely into you, man, and take you and blossom, man.
That's right.
All praises. Shalom, shalom, man.
Shalom, Israel.